Ah, the hell with it. Let's just go live now.
Let's do it. Was that a threat? Oh, there he is.
I'm here. How's it going, buddy?
It's going. It's been a heck of a week.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Anything exciting to report?
no, uh, I don't know. Some people won't get it. I know you do, right?
Okay.
Speaking of, I saw your video today. Beautiful video, but I got a real good look at your new girl. She's growing into herself.
Who's that?
Trinity?
Oh, yeah. She's great.
Do you are have has she grown so quietly in the background that you didn't notice, and it took the months in between? I saw her as a puppy, and I'm seeing her closer to it. Are
Yeah,
you
she's
aware?
like, oh yeah. I know she's gotten bigger. Yeah, she's not as big as Kenzie yet.
No, not bigger. No, no, no. Are you aware that this is a crocodile? This girl has pit bull
Yeah, I think
or
she's got some.
staffy terrier.
I think she's got some spits in her.
No, I can see by the shape of it's not even the teeth or the broad of the muzzle. It's the way the cheek pulls back.
Yeah.
She's got pit bull or staffy terrier,
Oh, could be. Could be.
and
She's a mutt, right?
you've got to be
She's an
careful with
island
her
mutt.
because it doesn't mean she's going to be nasty.
No,
It
she's good.
means she may not know her own strength, and that jaw can kill. That is a deadly weapon. That is a deadly weapon.
Well, I will say this: when she's playing, she doesn't mind her teeth, and sometimes she'll catch my fingers when we're playing tug of war and stuff, and she's not aware that she's biting as hard as she is, for sure. And she
It's
loves to
easy.
bite.
That's why, like
She
in
loves to
her
bite.
mind, it's a love, it's a love tap.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
it's a love tap with 223 ammo, right? Like, yeah, she's got to learn to be careful, and it does seem in the interactions that what's
Kenzie, yeah,
Kenzie is the alpha. She's the older dog. She's the one who knows the rules,
yep,
and Trinity respects that. So there's
yep.
all she has to do is say no, puts Trinity back in line, but
It's true.
encourage that dynamic, right? Because
Yeah,
that dog is a deadly weapon and is too happy and go lucky to know that she's actually dangerous.
yeah.
Yeah,
She's still very much a puppy, and yeah, she is not aware of her own strength. She does play very hard. Kenzie does keep her in line. But Kenzie is also she's very like she's the alpha, but she's also has a passive nature. So, for instance, we got some of those the big bones that like have the hollow for the marrow, right?
yeah,
It's like a
yeah,
segment of a cow's leg bone or whatever, right? So we
yeah,
got
for
two of
sure.
them, and we gave one to each of them. So Kenzie chewed on hers for a bit. I could hear her on the stairs going to town on it, and then she was done with it. She's like, I'm done for tonight. She went and got a drink of water. Trinity, who's still chewing on her bone, goes and grabs Kenzie's bone and brings it to herself and starts doing it. And Kenzie's like, whatever, man. Like, I don't care. I'll get to it eventually. I know I will. So, yeah.
Yeah, and you know what? Even Gordo grew out of them. That at about 2 years, three between 2 and 3, he was like, I'm not that interested, I think it's a young dog's thing that there's something for their growth hormones, for their getting big and strong in their youth,
Yeah, it
and
could
after
be.
that, they don't really desire it anymore. So, but that's what I was talking about you know, heck of a week. I had some rough days, man. Like people are gonna think it's weird, but yeah, I miss
Just
that
testing
dog,
that,
and
testing that the Twitch messages show up. I know, man. It's gonna
I don't
take
even
time.
know how to
It's gonna
mess
take time. Like,
with
I had a cat, Mac, or not Mac. Jesus, Mac's still with us. He just looked at me when I said his name. I had a cat, Jules, most good-natured orange and white cat you'd ever want to meet. Such a
Good
great cat.
natured orange.
Yeah, good-natured orange and white. Orange and white males are so chill. Orange females are cunts, but
No,
orange
I
and
just
white
see them as
males.
crazy and ridiculous. That seems to be the internet meme, is that they're not even cats. They're just some sort of weird, random, chaotic element that appears in the universe from time to time.
Could be, but for every orange and white I've ever encountered has been so chill. Jules was super chill. And yeah, when we lost him, it was a surprise. He just, I came home one day and he wasn't doing well. I'm like, I could tell he was sick. I'm like, okay, we better take like, and he was not eating and he wasn't looking good. So I'm like, let's take him to an
Oh,
emergency. And so we took him to an emergency vet, and they said, yeah, so basically he's in congestive heart failure. What's happened is his cavity, like his rib cage, his chest cavity is filling up with fluid. We could drain it. He might last another week. He might last another month. He could he could go, overnight. So it's up to you what you want to do. And we're like, well, we don't want him suffering, kind of thing. We had to let him go, but it was like we did not plan for that to happen, and it broke our hearts. And it's like I came in, I went
how
into work the
old?
next day because he was probably 13 or 14. He was pretty old.
That's,
So he
I mean,
was. Oh,
old.
Melina says he was 17 or 18. My mistake. So he led a great
Okay,
life. He was really
that's a good
cool.
cat age. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So so yeah,
14 is young.
it's
Yeah,
it's just he didn't look unhealthy until he was,
he was. Yeah,
yeah,
that
and then
that was what happened with Gordo, man. He didn't look old until he did.
yeah, yeah,
Like
it's true.
he
It sneaks up on him.
there's this story about my mom's uncle,
Yeah,
and we always just knew him as our uncle, like Uncle Dan. He was 90 years old, delivering Meals on Wheels to people 20 years younger than him.
that's awesome.
He would spring up the stairs and stuff, and like do a little dance and entertain them before he left. And yeah, and then suddenly he turned 101. It was like he says to his wife, Elsie, I'm so tired. I hurt so much. I don't know why the Lord won't take me. And he did.
Yeah, you know
Like
what? It's
that's
it.
what it was like with Gordo.
I
Was
I think
I
that
knew he
point.
was getting old. I knew he was getting tired, and then
Yeah,
suddenly he lost 40 pounds in like 8 months.
yeah,
He couldn't get up and down the stairs in just
yeah.
a matter of months, and it was like, oh, this. So yeah, I've had up and down, like
You know
because
what?
we just hit the 1 month anniversary too, right? Like
Yeah,
that.
and it might sound trite, but you know what? I think all mammals. I can't speak for reptiles, but I think all mammals go through that sort of uh, that conscious understanding of when they're going, when their time is almost up. It sneaks up on them, but when it does, when they do finally realize, hey, wait a second, I can't move the way I used to move. I can't, I'm constantly tired. I don't feel well. When animals and people start to feel that, it's like they know, right? I guess it depends on their attitude. I mean, animals got it lucky because coming to terms with it is just it's just part of their nature, right? They just, oh well, because I don't think they understand it on the same level that we do, right? They just understand I'm
No,
tired, I can't do it. But
no, they do. They
um,
do. There's literal proof of this, in particular with felines. So
oh, they
your
go.
cats are in.
I know they when they think they're gonna die or they know they're gonna die, they go to a quiet place that they're comfortable and they just sort of they hide out and they let themselves go.
That's indoor cats.
Outdoor cats do it
Indoor,
too.
outdoor. No,
Outdoor
no.
cats will do
Indoor,
it too.
outdoor cats.
Yeah.
No, they'll run in traffic and get themselves. They'll literally commit suicide.
I
Snow
remember
leopards.
I
Snow
remember
leopards
coming
will.
up. Well, maybe wildcats might do something different for sure, but I remember coming across a cat that had crawled underneath the porch and died there. My buddy and I used to be in urban exploration. Oh, by the way, sorry.
Oh yeah,
Hey, Talks, how you doing, Yafsler? Um, we used to be in urban exploration, and we were checking out this old abandoned house in Oakville one time, and there was a cat had just had just taken that, that pose that cats do, where they sit on all fours and they put their paws together. He
yeah,
he'd taken that pose and died underneath the porch. He crawled underneath there
yeah.
and
But
said, "Going to
was he
sleep."
injured? Did he get cancer
No,
out of nowhere?
I have no idea. I have no. All I know is he didn't look like he was suffering. He looked like a cat who just decided, "I'm going to sleep and I'm not going to wake up."
Because there's a lot of documentation suggesting that indoor outdoor cats that hit 11, 12, 13 years know they've lost a step,
Hmm.
and they, in some way in their heads, they learn, I'm not going to be useful to my house and my family anymore. And so they'll chase something out into traffic and die. And this is proven in snow leopards that routinely will leap off a cliff 20 feet to snag a mountain goat, tumble another 70 feet, and then tumble down the mountain 100 plus feet, rolling and with a mountain goat in their mouth, and live. Snow leopards that are hitting their old age will plow off a cliff, grabbing a goat that they know they cannot survive the fall,
Yeah,
and
they're
they'll
like,
just take
"Fuck
one
it. If
last
I'm going
one
out,
out
I'm
while
taking you
dying.
with me."
Yeah, yeah, they go out with majesty, and it's so fucking crazy. And like the corollary is that this poor dog, who knew he was old, who knew he was dying, who apologized multiple times to me for getting old, was sticking around just for me. He knew I wasn't ready, even though everything was getting worse. Like, I was watching his world get smaller and smaller in real time.
Yeah,
And like he couldn't not only get down the stairs, suddenly he couldn't hit the laminate, leaving the carpet. Suddenly he's slipping and sliding, and I'm dreading he's going to fall. And he's so big, even lost 40 pounds. He's still,
yeah,
80, 90
so
pound
huge.
dog.
Yeah,
If he slips and falls, he's going to smash that 20-pound head on the floor and break his jaw. Then what am
yeah.
I going to do? And like, you know, yeah. Uh, but
Well, you know what?
he would struggle to get up. Like, I can do it. I can do it for you. And it's like, I know you will, guy. I know you will. You'll suffer all of it for me. But
Well, that's the thing, right?
yeah, and yeah. So I had
Their
up and
level
down
of
weeks.
devotion. I get you, man. And you know what? It's gonna take time. You know what? You're eventually the painful parts of your memories will soften. They won't ever go away, but they'll soften, and then all you have left is the good stuff. And it's only when you actively try and find or try and remember the bad parts that you'll remember them. But it's the good stuff that's going to constantly come to mind.
And I've been searching consciously for the good stuff now.
Yeah.
To help,
It doesn't.
because
It shouldn't be hard, because your
no,
most memorable, your most prominent memories, most crystallized memories are when the dog made you smile and laugh, right?
and you're right.
And
It's not hard, but it is bittersweet. And
yeah, yeah, because you know that you're not going to experience any new ones of those. But Pox says, any advice I could give is going to sound morbid as fuck. Praying for you and Gordo, bud. Yeah,
hey,
Gordo's in a
you know
better
what?
place. All dogs do go to heaven.
I live in this weird realm between Craig Bragg and Pox Toxic. So if you've got some morbid words of wisdom, I'll take them, man. I'll take them in the spirit in which they're delivered. Be my guest. And in the meantime, let me tell you, when he was younger, like, I have this enormous 120 odd pound dog. We'd go for these long walks and we'd interact with the people, and he'd try to chase some fucking birds. And then he knows we're heading home. We're heading home. This fucking asshole this monster of a dog. You've seen the pictures, like you know how big he is. Like
Mm-hmm.
he looks like a wolf. We're on the way home. He would reach up with his face and take my fingers in his teeth. Not to wrestle, not to fight. Like we're no this dog between 1 and 2 years would hold my hand on the way home. He
Aw.
just had to have my fucking hand in his mouth while we walked home.
Trinity, leave him alone. He's gonna put his claws on you one. Hey! Hey! Get your jaws off his neck. I
I
know you think you're
told you
playing. I
that's
know
a
you think you're
fucking
playing, but
deadly weapon. Uh,
I mean, Mac did not like yowl or anything, and now he's chasing Trinity. So this
Mac,
they
Mac
play.
is
They play.
probably Mac. Look, you know, there's genetically very little difference between house cats and lions and jaguars and snow
Yeah,
leopards,
yeah.
right? It's basically a size difference. They're obligate carnivores. They're consummate predators. If they like the animal, they'll let it live. If they don't like it, they will do it harm. So if that dog put teeth on a throat and the cat wasn't immediately you have to go, she's pretty confident that that she's going to be okay.
Yeah, yeah, no. I mean, here's the thing: the dog didn't put it on the throat, put it on the back of the neck. So, but that's how she plays with Kenzie too. She grabs the Kenzie's,
Yeah,
muzzle and and back of her head,
they
and
do this,
Kenzie does the
right? Like
same thing to her. It's
uh,
mouth play is a big part of how she plays, and that's why I think she might have spits in her. But you're thinking it could be some sort of terrier.
oh no. Very specifically, either pit bull or staffy. They share a lot of genetic lineage. Uh,
Yeah, could be.
it, if you're unlucky, it's pit bull. If you're lucky, it's staffy. Because pit bulls can be a little bit crazy, but staffies are loyal to the end.
Yeah.
Uh,
Well, she's a good
so,
dog. She's still learning. She's still a puppy, and
and her muzzle is narrow, right?
yeah,
So
it is.
probably staffy,
Yeah, could be.
right? Like, but that skull
How's it
shape, like
sound
the
there,
way
Pop?
the
Sorry,
skull sits, and
Pox. Just sorry, I don't mean to interrupt, but just confirm how the sound is. Like, how's my voice? How's Twin's voice?
I hear you just fine.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you say? Shall we get into a little bit of the City O Heroes?
let it rip.
All right, let's do
I
this.
didn't fire it up. You
No,
might be
that's
on your
fine.
own. I might be out early. Uh,
No, that's cool, man. It's all good. I was just gonna do a couple missions and fart around. It's all good.
and maybe build. Are you still building submissions? Is that what's
I was working
part
on
of the
some
month?
today. But I don't know if I'm gonna do any more.
Okay, yeah. Because I might have some oddity.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I made it up. Maybe it's not really my own thought. Might be your thought. Might be a conglomeration of other people's thoughts. But I had some weird thoughts in the past 24 hours, 48 hours.
Oh, you did you?
I usually do. I have something strange, but this is I think it's show worthy, right? And
Yeah,
this
for
is
sure.
sort of the off show. It's not really either one of our shows. You just started doing this as like a hobby, and I'm totally into it. Like I'm really glad. Like I thought about doing something like this, but for whatever reason, never got around to it.
Okay, for some reason, entire. Oh fuck! There we go. Okay. I'm
Big
boomering it
flex.
up. Five Pal World, old man. I don't know, man. It just doesn't seem like it's my thing. Here we go. We got gaming Inception. Okay, here we go. How's that showing up?
Oh, that is. You know what? Forget how the game is showing up. This is the truest Canada man. Like the costume you made IRL
Yeah,
for Canada man
it's pretty close.
is not nearly as good as this.
Oh no, definitely not. Because I mean, like, computer graphics, you can do so much. So here we are. Here's Canada Man, and folks, if you haven't seen him, I think you saw him because I was working on missions with him.
No, but
But
like there
this
there's
is very
there's a
similar.
purity to it. There's a symbolism like the black maple leaf. Like he carries the hope in his white and red,
Yeah,
but the leaf itself, like the symbol of the nation,
yeah,
is dark.
yeah.
He's the hope.
Because the nation is in trouble
Yeah.
currently. You know. All right.
And you were talking about D&D alignments in your
Yeah,
Tucker Carlson Putin video,
yeah.
right? The black cape that he dons, it's like I might cross some lines that you won't like to do justice.
He very well might. All right. So I've been doing some radio missions, and this one is Detective Freitag. He's with the Paragon Police Department here in Kings Row. He says a villain from the Rogue Isles is showing up in Kings Row, and intent on internet intent on robbing the bank with an army of skulls. We need heroes to go to Kings Row and protect the bank from that villain. The robbers have probably made their way to the bank by now, so you should make your way there immediately. You probably have about 5 minutes or less before they make their escape. And then it says this is
Ooh,
a safeguard mission. Once you prevent the heist, you will have 15 minutes to explore the area and potentially earn extra rewards before the PPD lock down the area. You can earn extra time by defeating vandals and completing side missions. However, if you can lose time if they destroy too much of the city. I'm just gonna go and and stop the heist. So you'll get to see that.
yeah, go stop the heist.
All right, so I just got to go to this truck here. The SWAT van will take me right there. So good thing is we're already in Kings Row. So boom,
Decent.
hops in the van, kind of.
He leaps
He leaps to the
dive
side of the
bold.
van. All right, you run over to Kings Row. Well, I'm already in Kings Row. Okay, so I need to find the bank. Where is the bank? Map. Trinity, leave the cat alone. There's the bank. All right,
Let the
I got.
cat punish Trinity. I think
Oh,
that
I really wish he
that
would. You know.
when it when the time comes, trust the cat, right? Like, uh,
The bank is being robbed. Okay, so here we go. I'm going into the bank. I got to stop the bank robbery. All right, here we go. They're probably coming right out right now. There they are.
gold thief. And are these security guards that
No,
have tattoos?
these are the thieves who are working with the Rogue Isles villain.
Oh, they don't all show up. Yeah.
No, the villain is probably in the vault right now, and they're gonna run by in a second. I have to stop
Okay.
them.
Just there's very little other than their cult uniforms. There's not a lot separating them from NPCs.
No, it's true. They wear a skull mask, and that's about it. All right, now I gotta go find. I gotta go find the bank robber.
How's your health? You good?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Here we are. Uh-oh, it's Pyra.
Yeah.
So they have a reverse one on the City of Villains, where basically you go to Atlas Park and you rob banks, and you got to do it before an NPC hero shows up.
right, right.
Oh shit! I hope I don't die.
Seeing like that's the one problem with this game is it's only one guy and maybe a couple of buddies you can recruit for no money to help him support it. DCUO when you go to a bank robbery and
Yep.
either rob the bank or to save the bank from being robbed, you may find player characters working against you.
Yes. Yeah, because it's like it's fully PvP in what do you call it? DCU
DCU,
Online.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember playing it. I used to make my own characters.
it's good. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that's one of the best things DC ever did. Like, look at their stupid movies. Look at their cartoons.
Yeah.
If their cartoons are an A plus and their movies are a D, this is a solid B plus. DCU always good.
Oh, there's some more skulls. They're
Right. And
vandalizing.
this is also a solid B. It just doesn't have support, and it's probably not going to get real growth anymore.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that because they've got the license from NC Soft to do it. They are working on developing it. They've got a lot of people on Patreon helping them develop it.
That gives me a little hope, right? Like
Yep.
I like that.
And so there's other private servers out there that don't have like the blessings of NC Soft. Apparently, the people who run Homecoming are gonna try and bring all those underneath their one umbrella kind of thing.
Right.
So, and
But I mean,
they've all decided to do different things in terms of their development. All right, so I saved the
well done.
bank.
But they're not going to get $10 million to develop further. They're going to
No,
Patreon for 80 grand
exactly,
to feed themselves for another couple of months, and
exactly.
yeah, go to their wagey jobs like you and I do, and then code on the side. Like, yeah, I just don't see this one being a business anymore, and that's unfortunate because
No,
this
it's
should
completely
probably
a
be a
passion
superior
project
game.
right now. It's totally a passion project.
But it was the superior game. Um, it's just one of those illustrative moments that marketing can sometimes beat out the better products.
I do not want to fight Circle of Thorns. Oh, and who's this dude? Alphonse Rubel. There's this kid, Alphonse Rubel, who's a courier. He zips all over the city delivering important packages and messages. He has a lot. He sees a lot of what's going on with the Lost and the Skulls. Al's route has him in Steel Canyon for the next few days. All right, let's take him as a dude. Who's this guy with the butterflies? What's he called? Psi metal? I don't know what that means. Anyway, all right, I'm gonna do some radio missions.
Go for it.
All officers in the greater Paragon City area, we have a missing person report for one Joey Jones. Backup is recommended as the Circle of Thorns may be involved. Nope, don't want to fight Circle.
Joey
Uh,
Joe.
Joey Jojo. Come back, Joey Jojo! All units, undercover officer investigating the Hellions has not reported in. It's believed that his cover has been compromised. Okay. Modessa has issued a direct threat against Canada Man. Who's Modessa?
Whoa, fuck this guy. His threat against Canada Man cannot go unanswered.
No, I agree, but I want to know what faction he's part of. Defeat Modessa
Nah,
and
just
guards.
get him.
All
The
right, I'll go
faction
fight
dies too.
Modessa. I'll go fight Modessa. Watch him be Circle of Thorns. I fucking hate Circle of Thorns. The reason I hate Circle of Thorns is um, they all they have these maps for Circle of Thorns that are fucking annoying. Oh, I think it might be Vazalok because it's in the sewers.
Ooh.
Let's see. Jumps right into the fucking sewers. He's gonna get his pants all dirty. Oh no, it's circle, but they're in the fucking sewers. That's weird. See that I don't mind because they're Circle of Thorns cave. Um, Circle of Thorns cave missions are fucking terrible. Okay, he's a couple levels lower. I might have set my difficulty lower.
I don't think anyone minds. I'm watching you on all the platforms. I think you're good.
Where's the other dude? There he is. Suck it. All right, which way to go? Let's go this way. Oh,
Ooh, slide down. Tread carefully.
oh, I know. This is what one of the things about the sewer maps is there's all these blind corners. Oh shit. Life Mage, they're terrible because they fucking explode on you, and they do a ton of fucking damage.
Yeah, but he's alone. You can settle down and regain your strength. It's going to be fine.
I like how he
Okay,
backhands him with his shield.
shield is a weapon and not a defensive piece of equipment.
It's both. It's both.
Nope.
You can do both with it.
No. Primary purpose is to jab your opponent in their face, in their neck, in their groin, stomach, chest. You jab at people with it. The fact that it prevents their sword from, coming over your shoulder, secondary.
Look at
The
this.
sword actually.
Look at this little booger with legs, man. This Hordling Lasher. They're fucking terrible.
No, they did studies on the biomechanics. Sword and shield as a combo. The sword is your defensive mechanism. The shield is the thing you use to plow into your opponent repeatedly and you deflect their weapon wherever it comes on the weak side. And you, with your sword, you use your sword to push their sword away and hit them again with the shield. It's big, it's heavy, it's probably on the back of your armor that you're also using to plow into them. The sword is light and small and can't penetrate plate armor. So when you're using sword and shield, the shield becomes the thing that you're using to, it's not going to penetrate, but neither will your sword. But what the shield will do with all your weight behind it is bend their armor to the point that they can't move anymore. Yeah.
You ever watch that channel fuck. What the hell's it called? It's this British dude who analyzes like weapons and shit and like how things were done historically. I want to say
I've
it's
seen a few different people, and I
what's
have
his name? Not Shadowlade or Shad. I can't remember what the fuck his name is. It's a weird name.
no, I don't know. There's someone
Marmalade,
Parma.
Vacillade. I can't remember what it's fucking
There's
called.
someone I know called Parma. I really like his takes on. They've done a lot of research into the treatises written between 1200 and 1700 on sword fighting. And there's people that do research into older than that fighting where there's no real writing.
Yeah.
But they use the biomechanics and the engineering of the weapons to try and recreate what they can, especially based on the same treatises from the
Yeah.
1200s and onwards. And it's very interesting. And there's a lot of people that are very intuitively learning, and a lot of people that are just fucking stupid. And so it's hard to separate until you've actually been in a sword fight. And yeah, I like the
Hey,
Parma guy, Parma, I think.
there's also a Canadian dude called Scalagrim. He does weapon
I've heard of this
reviews.
one. I've seen some of that
Yeah, he's
stuff.
got like a big long. Oh, there's another energy mage. He's another one that explodes. So I think I'm gonna take a purple, and I'll take the yellow too.
Your health looks good. You're solid. Yeah, get them done. I have a sword fight coming up with my brother-in-law to be's brother.
Yeah,
Yeah, he
got you
thinks he
before you
knows
blew
things
up,
about.
asshole. Hey, so you were supposed to get together with a buddy tonight, and he flaked on you. What happened?
He's just like that. Like he's very
Yeah.
busy. He's very scatterbrained. You know, he's got like a wife and an ex-wife who are the same person. His kid
What?
and his, yeah,
He's got a wife and an ex-wife who are the same person.
yep,
How the hell does that work?
yeah. Like someone pays me to fondle sex dolls, and this guy's telling me like, oh, yeah, I'm working it together with the ex-wife, and maybe we're gonna get our shit together, and we're gonna try, but also me to your website. Tell me about more about your sex dolls. So yeah, when he said, "Hey, we're gonna hang out, and I'm gonna have a drink at your place," it's like a coin toss whether or not this is gonna happen.
That's
Uh,
funny.
if that's how he deals with major situations in his life, yeah. Is he coming to see me? Flip a coin.
Look at this thing, little fucking turd with the legs. It's disgusting.
But circling back, I have an upcoming sword fight with my brother-in-law to be's brother.
I didn't know. I didn't know you were into sword fighting.
I'm I'm not I'm not into sword fighting the way a person who has seen too much of War and Death is not into War and Death.
Okay.
I don't want to do it, but this is a child who keeps insisting that he's gonna be so good at this. It's like I'm gonna learn you a lesson that will aid you for the rest of your days, right? Like you need to learn it from the ground up because the way you talk about it, I know you don't know anything. And all the punishment, all the humiliation I'm going to exact upon you is going to be a life lesson
Everyone needs
in
one now and
totally
again.
controlled and perfectly safe environments, right?
So you're gonna use like fake swords.
Yeah, foam swords. Yeah,
Oh, okay. That's not so bad then.
but like, oh man,
I love the sound this guy's fighting makes. This is so the power set I took is called Street Justice. So it's all like dirty fighting. A lot of kicks, a lot of like elbows and knees and shit.
it's the new Batman,
Yeah, yeah. The
Robert Pattinson
what's this
Batman.
called? Robert Pattinson Batman. Yeah, he fights
Okay,
like he fights like Keanu Reeves and John Wick.
we haven't talked about this. No one's talked about this. It hasn't been like a subject that has come across the internets and the influencers and the people that talk. I'm sorry. I think this Batman might be my favorite Batman.
It was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I will say this though. I was not a oh fuck. I'm asleep. Shit. Bruce break free. Bruce break free. There we go. I I was not a fan of the villain. I didn't think that the way they did. What you asshole? I didn't think the way that they did Riddler was very good. I thought he was kind of weak.
Of course he's weak. That's the point. But
No, but
here's no,
I,
no,
I, I
no,
get
no,
it.
no.
He's
Hold
the
on, hold
villain.
on.
He's the heavy, and he's gonna fall. But I don't mean weak in terms of his ability to take on Batman. I mean weak as a character. I didn't find him very compelling. That's what I mean.
This
That's me.
might be my favorite Batman, and that means Robert Pattinson might be my favorite Batman. That's hard for me to reconcile because Robert Pattinson's done a lot of bad shit,
Yeah,
but also I really loved Cosmopolis. I'm the
Cosmopolis.
only person in the
I don't think
world
I've seen
that
that.
likes the movie Cosmopolis.
I don't think I've seen. There were police prisoners for home invasion in Croatoa by the Circle of Thorns. The victim reports that the villains got away with the Well of Eyes. What's with
Ooh,
this circle of thorns? Fuck off. All units, we have an APB out on a cell of the lost in connection with a missing person case. You remember hearing that some of the lost were talking about kidnapping Paul Toves, the computer network designer, that might have gone for it. Perhaps you could investigate. Well, I'm probably going to end up in a cave if I do that. All units, kidnapping process. Terry from the Shadow Shard has been abducted by the Hellions. Okay, I'll take that one on.
Terry.
Terry Diamantis.
Yeah.
He's a funny guy. I
Okay.
like watching Quippers United when they're playing like um, Monkey Island.
This is new to me. I've not seen this one.
Have you not watched Quippers United lately?
No.
Instead of
No, I
doing
mean
the
I've seen them before, but I don't know this game.
oh, you should watch it. It's one of those point and click adventures where you have to basically find items and then combine them to solve certain puzzles. So it's like the old Sierra games, you know.
Okay. Hmm. But got to circle back to this Batman. Spoiler alerts, everyone who's not seen it. Stop me, Craig, if you haven't
I've
watched it.
seen it.
You're
I've
not.
seen it. I've seen it. Hey, just out of curiosity, you're in StreamYard. Can you mind the comments? I don't think we're getting a lot, but just in case
I'm
people.
trying. Yeah, it's just paused
Okay.
right now.
Okay. Cool.
Last he was basically giving me shit and saying, if it's not a claymore, you're doomed.
Oh shit! I'm going into the sewers. I'm falling into the. Oh, that was nasty.
But
We
yeah,
gonna rock down to
what
the
I
dust.
what I love about this Batman is
Yep.
that he's working really hard. He is incredibly intelligent,
Yeah.
and he cannot win. This is
Yeah.
what makes it so good. This is what makes the villain so good. What what does a liar do when he dies?
He lies down.
He lies still.
Oh, okay.
He
Yeah.
continues to lie. And Batman figures that out because he's a fucking genius. He's the
Well,
world's
yeah.
greatest detective.
That's right.
But as it moves forward, if you pay attention, he's two steps behind the Riddler the whole fucking time. He's losing. He's losing. He's losing. He doesn't win this.
No.
He loses in the end, and that makes him realize I can't be what he was in the beginning, where he's fighting those thugs in the train station. Who are you? I'm Vengeance. No, you're not. You can't be Vengeance because then you're just another thug. You're just another weapon. You have to be something better, something
Yeah.
more. Because when you lose, you have to continue on some sort of path that is built not on winning, because vengeance requires victory. You have to be able to lose and still be who you are. And
You ever see the College Humor take on the Batman and the Justice League?
no,
This guy
but
does.
hold on.
Oh,
Can you
sorry. Go
save
ahead.
it for a minute?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He's fighting at the end in the upper levels of that, like some kind of arena. And the guys with the guns who are working on behalf of the Riddler are like, I'm Vengeance. Wait, what? No, that's not right. And he realizes in that moment, right, movie style, he can't be that. He can't, that's not what he's there to do. And now he starts trying to save as many people as possible from the flood, from the violence, trying to get people out alive. And that's what that like this whole movie is about, how he was wrong, he was beaten, and now he's something better at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
That he isn't necessarily going to win, but what he's always going to do is what's right. He's going to try to save people, not hurt people. He's going to try
Well,
to
that's what a hero does, right? He was a
he's going to
vigilante
try
at
to
the
be the
start, and
hero
then he became a
and not
hero.
the vigilante. right? There is a distinct difference, right? And he makes up his mind in this movie, and this is what makes it so fucking good. Like Catwoman and you know, uh, what's that musician's name?
Ice
The
T.
musician's daughter. She's got nothing to do with any of this. She,
Oh,
it
Steve Tyler.
yeah. No, the other one.
I don't know
I
then.
want to get away. I want to get away. Yeah.
I don't know I don't know who the musician is. I don't know who his daughter is either.
Yeah.
Oh, Lenny Kravitz.
Yes. Zoe Kravitz. Thank you.
Zoe Kravitz. That's right. This guy's got fire
She's
powers.
okay. She does a good job, right? But the character is actually superfluous. She's a vehicle to get Batman into the fray. Colin Farrell. Spoiler alerts. If you haven't seen it,
I saw it on the plane, so I probably wasn't paying very close attention to it.
but holy shit, Colin Farrell, in my mind, is one of the greatest actors now in the history of all time. Because if you didn't know it was him, you won't know, and you'll buy the Penguin.
That's like Ray Fiennes.
Yeah,
No idea he was Voldemort. I had no
yeah.
idea he was Voldemort in any of the fucking Harry Potter movies.
But you buy Voldemort. You believe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Voldemort
Oh
is
yeah.
Voldemort. Like, oh nice, I got an orange recipe. Um, and same goes for. Did you see Thor: Love and Thunder? That piece of shit.
Yeah, and yeah,
And
I
it was
wasn't happy about
Christian
it.
Bale who was the God Slayer, and I'm like, I had no idea it was Christian Bale because he's a good actor. He can play.
He's actually the only good thing in the movie, and it's not a good character. Like
No,
he's not really well
no, he's
drawn out. He's not,
hero
but the
hero
acting's good.
motivations.
Yeah, you're
Hero
not wrong.
motivations in comic books are always kind of lame, I got really tired of like the motivation for heroes being, I want revenge on the heroes because somebody close to me died as a result of them trying to save the world. Yeah, but think about the fact that had they not been there, you would have died too. Like it's such a weak motivation. Sokovia. When Sokovia fucking fell. My grandmother's Toyota was fucking ruined, and I'm mad at you now. So I'm gonna fucking try and destroy the Avengers. Come on, man.
This is why the Riddler in this movie is so relatable, especially now, especially in Toronto,
Yeah,
in Canada, in I don't know, pick a Western nation that had a lot of, is it France and Holland and you know Belgium that are
Germany.
having their revolts? Germany, right?
Yeah, Germany. Yeah,
Yeah,
France. Yeah, Denmark.
that you have some
Norway.
fucking nerd loser who's got no physical recourse, who's decided I won't stand for your tyranny anymore, and this is the only way I know how to do it.
Yeah.
And it's
Well,
like objectively, you can say, okay, I get it. That's not right. You shouldn't do this, but you can also kind of relate.
yeah,
And he beats the Batman. He beats the only thing he doesn't do is identify the Batman. That's the only place that he falls short, and it's dumb luck. It's dumb luck on Bruce Wayne's part that the Riddler didn't figure him out, because he figured everything else out. He beat him on all counts. It's just like so it's so well put together.
yeah,
The Riddler beat him, beat the shit out of him without fucking raising a hand to him. Like it's so good. It's so well done. Yeah, definitely definitely my favorite Batman movie now.
Cool. All right. Sold myself a big old recipe. Get me some influence. I got 3 million influence. So the reason I have so much influence, which is, if you're
You
not
told me
familiar,
this guy just
is
dumped
the
you a bunch.
currency. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't normally have this at level 11, right? You wouldn't have 3 million influence. So, oh, is she barking out there? God damn it, dog! No barking. Get in here.
That mouth, deadly weapon.
Um. So the reason I got 3 million influence is I was hanging around Atlas Park, and this other guy called Captain Canada. He saw my costume, and he messaged me, say, "Hey, cool. Oh, Dono Diddley would like to read your fortune." Yeah, sure. Read my fortune. Give me some boosts. You got a temporary power. My temporary power is the Lovers. Isn't that nice? The Lovers gives me
Aw, Valentine's Day.
yeah,
Gator. Eating hard.
gives me Gator. The police drone is improving your police drone. Oh no. What was the fortune? Oh no, this is the fortune. So this is what it is. The Lovers. This is giving me da, da, da. What is it giving me? Oh, one times accuracy. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. Recovery. Oh, I'm getting a buff. I'm getting a regen and recovery. So my endurance is coming back faster and my health is coming back faster. That's all
Decent.
right. That's all right.
Okay.
What was I saying? Yeah, so he liked my costume and he gave me 3 million influence. I said, "Oh, are you from Canada?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, "Where are you from?" And he's like, Western Ontario. And I'm like, "Oh, me too." Like, he says, "Yeah, just west of Toronto." I'm like, "Same." Anyway,
No shit. Yeah.
yeah.
Tell them to meet me at the Waffle House at on Kipling, and we'll go.
We should get together sometime soon. You and me and I don't know where
You
CMAC
know
is.
what?
You know what?
No. Hold on. You and I got to do videos at your gym and go for dinner after.
Oh, that's a
Uh,
good call. Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
Right.
more radio missions. Professor Heim has gone missing from the Space Development Conference. Undercover officers at the scene report spotting members of the Clockwork nearby. I don't like Clockwork either. Detectives report a note left behind by the members of the Vasilok who carried out the theft of a Richter interface. Calling all units,
Ricky,
there is a bank robbery in progress. Stop the bank robbery. Let's do that one.
suffer not the Xeno to live. Uh, but no, we'll do a thing where we like flip a coin, and we'll do your workout or my workout.
Yeah.
But let's go to your gym. Get
Okay.
me a pass to your gym,
Yeah.
and then
I,
we'll
I have
we'll, we'll
I have a 2 week. I think 2 or 3 2 week memberships I can give people.
and then we'll flip a coin to choose dinner as well.
All right. Sounds good. Where's this
That would
bank
be
robbery?
fun. I think that would be a good video.
I think it would be a good video. Yeah.
We'll do the editing and all that, and yeah.
Editing. I don't do that. You'll have to do it.
I can.
I know.
Uh, but okay, oddity maybe.
Go ahead.
I had some weird insights. I don't know if they're my own. I don't know if they're yours. It's that thing that goes back to comedians and being hacks. Some
Yeah.
comedians are pure hacks that just steal jokes. Sometimes you accidentally steal a joke because you're so inspired by something that was said and you actually don't remember hearing it in the same way. Maybe I heard this from someone. Maybe it's not my own idea, but I had this thought. There's only one right.
There's only one what?
Right.
Okay.
When we talk about rights,
Yeah.
we're talking about one thing.
What's that?
There's only one. Ownership.
Okay.
The property right. This belongs to me, and that's inviolable. My body belongs to me. That's these are my rights. This is mine. You can't violate it. The words that come out of my mouth belong to me. Inviolable. You can't stop the words. That's my right.
Mm-hmm.
That's the extent of it. If I can possess it in my hands and own it without contest, that's all there is. That's what rights means. Is this is mine? Am I
Are you
off
off the
base
mark?
with that? Like,
No.
okay,
Well, that's why all this nonsense about compelling people to say certain things, like you have to use my pronouns. You have to
yeah,
say you can't say this and you must say this. That's why all that stuff is such a it's so abhorrent to us, you know? Oh shit, there's a bomb. Uh-oh. Oh jeez, this guy's made a poo. Get away from me, poo man. He's called the boss.
the boss. That's a red herring. He's not the boss. He's just
No.
a boss.
He's a big pile of poo man. He's a poo man.
Pooh Man Chew.
That's racist.
Thanks for noticing.
I don't appreciate you. All right, I
don't
gotta stop the
appreciate
bomb.
you
I
either.
gotta stop the bomb.
But I don't think this idea is off base, right? Basically, whatever I can have and hold and keep as my own, and with some propriety defend. That's the rights. That's what rights means, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I have a
It's
right
true.
to, I don't know, my family, right? Someone tries to murder my children, I can stop them. You won't say I'm in the wrong. No reasonable person would, right? We're talking about ownership. We're talking about like God-given rights, government enforced. Yeah, it all has to do with ownership, with property, with yeah, that's my that belongs to me, and it's my responsibility, and I will take care of it to the best of my ability, whatever that means. Uh,
Absolutely. Speaking of rights and responsibilities, remember how I was telling you that that I was playing around with that Hey Pi AI the other day, and I
yeah,
said, "Hey, come up with a new Charter of Rights Constitution for like a new country."
sure, yeah.
Right. And then I was telling you how Canada Man was telling me. I told it to Canada Man, and he was like, "I like it." And then a few minutes later, he goes, "Do you mind if I use that?" Well, he told me what his plan was, and I gotta ask, what are you doing? What are you doing Canada Day, or is that too far ahead?
Uh, it's far ahead enough that it's clear, and we can make concrete plans if you want.
All
Because
right,
yeah, I'm down with you and Canada Man to make those plans.
so here's what Canada Man wants me to do for him, and I'm like, dude, you think I'm made of money? And then somehow he comes up with cash. I don't know how he does it, but anyway, so what he wants to do is he wants to go to Parliament Hill and set up a demonstration where he has the rules, the proposed new constitution, on those, those like, what do you call those? They're like blinds that you pull up, and they're like these big sort of stand-up signs. You know, those vinyl signs that you see at like convention
Yeah.
centers and shit. He wants the Constitution and Charter of Rights and the rights and responsibilities of government and the people. He wants all that printed out big for people to read, and then he wants to set up a table on Parliament Hill that says Canada needs a new form of government. Change my mind. And he's going to sit there and have a debate with people, and then he wants me to record it, and I'm like, I'm not a videographer. So I figure
You
maybe
know
I'll
what?
ask Twin. Maybe I'll ask
I'm
Twin if he
not a
wants to do that.
videographer, but I will practice and put myself out there and be the videographer for Canada, man.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
if he's willing to have me, I would be happy to go.
Well, he has mentioned he likes your videos and he wishes you would make more, but so I think he knows you, and
Too kind.
so yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, yeah. That sounds like a plan.
All right, cool. So we'll make plans for Canada Day to make our way to Ottawa. Maybe we can maybe we pick up some people on the way. Make it like a big old soiree party thing.
Well, I've lost. Oh, I'm back.
All right, let's do another radio mission. What are we at here now? It's almost 11, but we started about what 10, 15 minutes early.
Yeah, some. Uh, and it's mostly Pox in the chat. He's just being Pox as far as I can tell.
All good. I'm gonna go to Steel Canyon and talk to this Alphonse Rubel guy. See what he has to say.
Okay, do it up. But I have a deeper problem with this oddity
Okay.
and the concept of all rights are basically ownership.
Okay.
I own myself. That means I own my words. I own my deeds. I own my stuff, right? Whatever I've earned and made are mine. This is why the whole concept of communism is built on absolute retardation.
That's why I like the phrase as glib and as silly as it is that communists aren't people, because when you think about communists and the ethos of communists, or communism I should say, or the ideology, it's predicated on the idea that you don't have property rights, that you are part of a collective, and what's good for the collective is the greater good, kind of thing, right? And that denies individualism and denies the idea of the sovereign individual. Uh,
Yeah,
denies
100%.
denies your humanity essentially, and it makes humans nothing more than I don't want to say ants, because ants are insects, and I think we've got a little bit more intellect than that.
No,
But
but it makes them fungible tokens.
how about well, yeah, it makes them like naked mole rats. You know what naked mole rats are, right?
Yeah,
So basically, they're like mammals who have a hive structure with sort of a queen. They're kind of like ants, but they're mammals and they have no hair. All right, the skulls have started extorting money from businesses in Kings Row. I was just in Kings Row. There is trouble in Steel Canyon. Get your assignment from the security chief. All right, I'll go talk to the security chief.
well, we had this
So,
conversation, a deep conversation, with a guy from Norway, right? On Twitch, on your channel on Twitch,
oh yeah,
and we had like it wasn't a adversarial discussion. He was very receptive, and I had some strong opinions, and he had strong opinions, and we came out friendly.
it's not surprising though. Like,
Or,
he's from Norway, which is like northern Europe. It's very left. It's very
yeah, but it's also very rich and very ethnically homogenous with little
yeah.
strife.
Well, that's the
Stormy,
thing. When you
no,
when you when you live in a society that is like, for the most part, stable and crime free, you can afford to have silly ideas about uh, like communism and the state
and
controlling the means
healthcare.
of production and shit like that. It's a luxury that you have when you're living in a state that or in a country that
And that was actually something I feel I helped uh, draw him
oh,
into the idea of that's
you hear
actually a
that?
luxury. It's not. Am I still here?
Yeah, do you hear the alarm?
Yes.
You know, the klaxon? You know what that means?
You're gonna die.
Richter invasion. There's a Richter
Okay.
invasion in Steel Canyon. Let's see what happens here.
Rixie are the Rixie communists? Because
The Richter are aliens, and they have kind of like a hive structure. So yeah, they could be communists.
it sounds like communist propaganda to me.
I got to talk to the security chief. He says, "Hey,
But
go
we
talk."
talked about it and actually had some good results. That like he understood that there was like benefits and deficits to the mixed way that actually Scandinavians do that thing. But this is the weird thing with communism and with especially the people in the Western world who are just like healthcare is a basic human right
Yeah.
that they just don't understand. Like these are the same assholes that will take a job at a factory that already exists and be a factory worker and be like, if I'm doing all the work, why does the owner make all the money?
Well, you and I know the answer to that, but they've learned stupid nonsense economics. Have you seen what's his name? Tim Pool does a good takedown. Oh, I'm not going to fight that guy. He's level 15. Tim Pool does a good takedown of this communist intellectual who describes, you know, who describes the whole thing about um, the means of production, how capitalism is exploitative, and that sort of stuff. Right? Here's the thing, and I really wish that people who are anti-communist or think communism is horseshit would stop using the term capitalism. Capitalism is a communist buzzword. It's a buzzword that was invented by communists.
No.
The way it should be referred to is free market. In a free market, in a free
Okay.
society with open markets and open trade and free trade with between people, you know, that oh those are trolls.
I can easily work with that in this weird branch of oddity that I'm gonna reach into here because capitalism, free market aren't the same in this idea, but communism is actually capitalism gone wrong.
Yeah.
And yeah, the weird ass communist socialist motherfuckers who are so inured and so oblivious to what's happening, they can go ahead and make these weird claims like healthcare is a human right. This is a big one. This is a big deal, actually. It's the deepest and worst because healthcare relies on so much. It relies on so much expertise, so much research and development, so much manufacturing that when someone steps up and says that's actually a human right, they have to be absolutely retarded to
Well,
make this claim.
here's a good way to like counter that. And the best way for me for someone to counter that is when they say, "I believe that people should be entitled to health care, and I believe that the state should pay for people's health care, and that doctors, by and large, should be paid by the state." And I'm like, "Okay, you believe in slavery then?"
Interject for a second, if I may. I know a guy, one of the smartest people I've ever known, who's been so tricked that he thinks UBI and like basic food and housing
Yeah.
as a right are a good thing. This is one of the smartest people I've ever known. I think he's just too busy to understand why it's not right. But go ahead.
What I think the best response is to say, okay, you believe in slavery, then you advocate for slavery, and of course the response is going to be, no, I don't. Well, yeah, you're advocating for forced labor. You're advocating for someone to be able to dictate to someone else how and when they're going to apply their labor and at what rate they're going to be compensated, rather than being something that they should be free to negotiate, right? And if that's what you think is okay, then how is that any different than saying, I'm going to buy this person, they're going to pick cotton on my plantation, and I'm going to pay them in the form of shelter and food? And they don't have any say. They don't have any choice. If they're going to reside in, Alabama, then they have to reside on my plantation, and they have to live by the rules that I set out because I own them. That's essentially what you're arguing for when you say the state owns the
Uh,
doctors. The state tells the doctors how much they have to perform their services for, and
how much
the
doctoring they
state will
have
do
to do.
state. They can't say no. I'm not going to perform this, and I still want to live in this town. And you know,
I take it much deeper in this argument. I I look at the lucky people born in our day and age that get to open their eyes to a world with electricity running through the pipes, free water, just they touch the tap and there it is.
yeah,
You know, hospitals built 100 years ago, uh, research and development done over thousands of years, and here they are, and they look and say, "I'm a communist. If I have to go to work for somebody else, I should get the fruits of my own labor,
yeah.
and the owner should get no profit." It's like, hold on, you little dummy. You got born into this world, and you're looking at the existence of where we are
Yes.
thousands of years, hundreds, tens of thousands of generations,
Well,
multiple
this
tens
is
of
this
bill.
is the.
Hold on,
Sorry, go
tens
ahead.
of billions of man hours, trillions of today's dollars put into what you have to get a job. And now you look at all of that and say, actually, that's all my property. The fruits of all that labor that came before me are my property because I'm a communist and the fruits of labor belong to me. No, bitch. You are resting on the laurels of everyone who came before you.
Well, you're standing on the shoulders of giants, right? Is what they say.
Yeah. And yeah, standing on their shoulders and resting on their laurels, not even your own. And now you turn at the world and say, I own all of this. By dint of my existence, this belongs to me. I've
Yeah.
not contributed very much.
I love the people who say, "Well, I didn't ask to be born, so I need to be provided for." Like,
That is
like,
literally a 4-year-old's argument. That is the argument of a person who is 4 years old. I didn't ask to be born. Too bad, kiddo. You
yeah,
exist now. You have to pick up the dog shit and clean your room.
that's right. Well, you were born and you exist, and we go to war with the army we have, not with the army we wish we had.
But it's so much deeper that these fools look back and look at what exists in front of them and say, this all belongs to me by default.
I don't even think they'll even
And
say it
my
belongs to me. I think what
contribution,
they're saying is, if
no,
you want me to
no,
work for a
they
wage and I don't
literally,
get to.
no, you're wrong. They have to assume everything that came before them, the fruits of all the labor. are their property because the only thing that exists is property rights. Ownership is everything. And I own all of history. And therefore, what exists now is a product of the history I own.
You think it goes
So
that? You think
healthcare
it
is a
goes that
human
deep?
right. Healthcare is a human right. That's the only way to reconcile this.
I think what they mean to say is, and I'm going to steel man the position of the communist, the leftist,
Try.
the
Be like,
perpetual child. It's they believe that in a society with so much plenty, no one should go without. If somebody has more than someone else, they have it because they exploited someone else. And the idea of working for a wage is exploitative. The idea that,
and
Jeff
we
Bezos has
can,
billions and billions of dollars, he only has that because he was able to exploit workers. And I'm like,
and we can
it's not quite
demonstrate
that
that's
simple because
incorrect.
in my
No,
my
no.
position. Sorry, go ahead.
We
Let me
can
finish. Hold on.
demonstrate.
No, I keep
Yeah,
asking
go ahead.
questions.
Go ahead.
Uh, my position is no, it's not quite like that. The people at Amazon were not forced to do that work. What you are calling for is Jeff Bezos be forced to give up his wealth uh, because people who didn't invest, people who didn't create his business from nothing, uh, they feel entitled to it. And it's like people who are vegan. Only in a society where you have so much, you've never gone without, you've never suffered, you've never starved, can you afford to be a vegan, right? If you were in a situation where you didn't know where your meal was coming from, I guarantee you would eat pork and beans. If that was all you could eat, you'd be eating it.
Motherfucker, you eat a fucking person.
Well, you could go that far too, yeah.
99% of people would eat a fucking person.
I hope I wouldn't.
I
I don't want.
yeah,
I don't
I
want to eat
hope,
people.
but I'll tell you right now, I'd eat a fucking human dragon.
Well, if it was
That
like a
would,
Donner Party situation, yeah, maybe.
yeah,
But I mean, like,
Alive, good movie, real story. You
yeah, oh,
know
the
those
that
assholes
those
when
soccer
they got
players, yeah, yeah.
toothpaste, they fucking ate toothpaste. They fucking just poured it in their mouths for some other flavor. They hated themselves for it forever. They never got over it.
Oh yeah. No, I
But
can't blame him.
communists, but communists justify it, love themselves, think they're better. And that's the problem is those dumbass communists get into this world, get into the world where Jeff Bezos makes money and say, hold on, everything you've done, everything that came before me, all those people that did that pulling resources out of the ground, that put their labor into making a world for me. Oh, talking about labor and the labor I put into the world. No, you rely on the labor of others. And now the minimal little shit you add on top of the pile of labor that's gone in, you think you own everything and you can direct the flow of all labor in the future? No, you're not that good. You know who's that good? Jeff Bezos. What a dickhead. What an absolute immoral cunt. And he's literally better than those fucks. Because he did
Well,
more with what
he's
he had.
accomplished more, that's for sure.
Yep.
And did he step
And
on
these
people to do
assholes,
it? I'm sure he did, because in order to succeed in business, you have to have a little bit of you have to
but
engage in a
you know
little bit
what?
of unscrupulousness. You know what I mean? You
No.
can't just be goody two shoes and above board. Otherwise, people who
Bullshit.
are less scrupulous are going to eat your lunch.
Look,
So
look at City of Heroes, look at DCUO. City of Heroes is by far the better game. It is by far more creative and more open. But DCUO, despite its shortcomings,
Yeah.
did advance society and gaming society. We don't. It's there. Jeff Bezos may be immoral, but he did things that we can't deny advanced society, right? Zuckerberg is a alien robot, whatever, both, one or the other. No one
Yeah.
cares. But his platform advanced society, advanced the tech world. All right. Yeah, if there was a better tech like MySpace and it's gone, it doesn't matter. That was a stepping stone that led to this lesser stepping stone that actually exploded and did the good things. The communists look back and say, all of this belongs to me. And we have to dumb it down so everyone can enjoy the absolute worst of the worst with no advancements forever. They're just the dumbest people. It doesn't matter if they're evil. It literally doesn't. The stupidest people are the stupidest people, and if they get control, we lose everything. We can have evil people in power. Evil people want more money and more power, and that means more shit for all of us. We can fight them. But dumb people getting power? No, there's no fighting them. They'll fight to the death.
Well, here's the
We're
thing. Here's the
talking.
thing. Like, there are dumb people. The dumb people won't get power, but they'll be the useful idiots for the evil people who will capitalize on their sense of entitlement. You know what I mean? So basically, they'll be the ones. They'll be the Bernie Sanders. They'll be the Klaus Schwabs. They'll be the ones who are like, yes, we need to provide for everybody because that's what good people do. And if you don't want to provide for everybody, even if it means you
I
have to
can
eat
only
cricket
hope.
sandwiches, well, then you're a bad person.
I can only hope. Uh,
Here's the thing. You listen to guys like Tim Pool. He's constantly talking about how they're winning. We're winning the culture war. That the people, the globalists, and everybody, they're all losing and they just don't know it. Like the Nancy Pelosi's, the old guard,
no,
political
no,
establishment. They've all lost and they just don't realize it yet. He
no.
keeps
Hold
saying
on,
that. No,
hold
this
on.
is what he's saying. Do I agree with it? This is not necessarily. This is what he's saying.
Whoa, man. He
Please.
presents like we have the offensive and we're attacking, but we're down a knight and a pawn. We have the initiative. Nancy Pelosi's on the back heel, but if we let up for a moment and let them gain ground, they'll have material advantage and they'll win the game outright. But we cannot stop, and we shouldn't stop. But I think he's actually like the way you and he are analyzing it. I think you guys are on the right path there, right? Like we have a tactical advantage.
Yeah.
We're not winning.
I just happen to think I guess I'm an old school. I don't know. I think that good ultimately triumphs over evil. I think that's probably why I believe what I believe. That's
The
why I think
arc
that's
of
probably
the
why I think
moral
that.
universe.
Where is this bomb? I can hear it. Where the fuck is it?
The arc of the moral universe bends towards justice.
I would agree with that. I'd like to think that.
Except I don't know that that's true. I think that's something we have to cultivate.
Where the
I
hell is
think
that
it's
bomb? I
something
can hear the fucking bomb. Where is it?
I think it's something we have to make happen on a regular,
I think it's in
you
this
know.
room. Is it over here somewhere?
And
There it
we we don't have that option anymore in the U.S. and in Canada. Uh, the
Agreed.
Liberals, NDP, are creating a new voting paradigm in which
Yeah,
they
I don't think that's gonna fly. I'll be honest.
ah,
I I really don't.
yeah,
I have a feeling.
no, SNC Lavalin shouldn't fly, and
No, no. I think the problem is SNC Lavalin was a scandal that was discovered. Right? They've come out and said, well, we're going to talk about election reform now. No, something like that should be done via referendum. Now, the problem is we don't have anything in our system that requires certain things to be done by referendum. But the popular opinion amongst the MPs is this is big. We should do a referendum on something like this. Because they want to do things like proportional representation and all sorts of shit like that. I gotta feed my cat. 1 second. Oh, come on, Mac. Let's get some food. Oh, my back. This chair is not the best chair to be sitting in playing games on. It's a oops. Kenzie or Trinity, come get the fallen food. It's in the kitchen. I know, buddy. I know. Here we go. Yeah, there you go, buddy. Enjoy. So, yeah.
he's back.
Ugh.
He's not back.
I'm not back yet. No. Now I'm back. Are we still? We're both showing though, right? In the video?
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
in the
there I am.
corner. Yeah.
There I am. Okay. I got 3 more bombs to disarm. And I got 4 hostages to save. Hey ladies. That knockback.
I'll be right back.
Okay. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me, folks. The wife bought a big 32 pack of pop. So I'm drinking pop tonight. And it makes me burp. Bad guys. Or bad girls. Ladies are bad. I think it's only pot. All the bombs are planted. Time for us to leave. Uh-oh. They're looking to make an escape. I hear a bomb somewhere. Take that, lady. Where's that bomb? What's over here? Oh, there's a hostage over here. And there's a bomb over here. Nice. Get us out of here. No, you're going to have to run for the door yourself there, lady. Okay. Bomb disarmed. I got 2 more bombs to do. 3 more hostages to save. Any more this way? Oh, there's some stairs that way. There's also stairs over here, and I know there's some bad guys up here too. I think they've got a hostage over there. Yep. Oh yeah? Get us out of here. No. No, you. Get yourself out of here, lady. There might be someone in this office. I'm going to double check. Sometimes they have guys in the office. There might be guys in here. There are guys in here. Are there guys in here? Yep. It's Canada Man. Yeah, that's right. It is Canada Man. You're going down, hoser. Your buddies didn't even see me. Losers. Both have machine guns? That hardly seems fair. Is there a bomb over here? I didn't think so. Be up here? Hmm. Who's that? Oh, I think Twin dropped out. I have to invite him back. One moment, please. We lost Mr. Twin. Oops. Welcome.
Not all
He's got...
those who wander are lost.
No, they're not. You've got your spectacles on.
Yeah, I had to go. This is the real me, people.
You look very studious with your spectacles.
It was actually really weird in my teen years to get contacts. It was like losing a part of myself, my face.
Yeah.
Right? The way Rorschach took off the mask, give me back my
Give
face.
me back my face.
Yeah, this is my face. The glasses are part of my face. It's so weird.
Ever thought about getting LASIK done?
I have, and I've heard some horror stories. Actually, you're one of the few that came through. You so far are good with your LASIK. Like it did.
Yeah, I think maybe because I had it later in life, so my eyes have stopped changing. The only thing that's happening now is basically my close-up vision is getting worse because everybody's gets worse as they get older.
Sure.
All right, there's 2 more
No, but I
hostages.
mean, I met so many people in the years between you and me that got the LASIK, and then within months they had their glasses on.
Oh, you're kidding? I've not had that.
So literally all of them except you.
Now, I will admit, my vision is not like it was 20/20 before when I first got it done. After my initial recovery, it's not as good anymore. But I'm still, it's still improved to the point where I don't need to wear, I don't need to wear glasses to drive. So my vision is good enough that I don't need to wear glasses to drive.
I don't know. I'll look into it. I got a fucking roof to re-roof.
Oh yeah, the house needs work, does it?
Yeah, but LASIK and yeah, that's an expensive proposition, not covered by any benefits, right?
Yeah, it depends on your employer, right? So, um, Kojiko. Oh, I just doxed who I work for. Uh, they have benefits that cover regular like eye exams and one pair of glasses, or a one-time LASIK. So they will cover a portion of your operation, but that's it. Once you get that done, you can no longer claim benefits for like eyeglasses or anything like that. So I got one more hostage to save, one more bomb to disarm. Where
But I think
where is it?
we went
There's nowhere
deeper,
else
dude.
to go. What the fuck? There's nowhere else to go. Did I miss something? I just came up the elevator. Where is the last bomb and hostage? Hold on. I'm missing something. Okay, so this level, it just has the elevators in that one room. Okay, let's go down a level. I must have missed something. I beat the Skull Leader. I saw that.
But we're on the same page about the dirty communists are looking at everything that exists in front of them.
As
And
theirs?
yeah, but they just refuse to acknowledge that that's actually age old generations built labor, which with
Oh yeah.
they had nothing to do. But they claim that that's my property. That belongs to me. And that's why I went to that weird ownership is the only right. I own myself. This is my body. You can't put something inside me against my will. I speak my words. Those words belong to me. This is
Hey, did you
my
hear this?
word.
Did you hear this guy come out and say parents don't have rights in Canada? Did you hear about
Oh
that?
my God. Yes,
Now
absolutely.
that's something you should be making a video about. I can't believe you haven't made one. I mean, I know why you haven't made one. You haven't made one already. But that I figure
I don't
that's
anymore.
one Twin's gonna make for sure. And I figured, you know who else is gonna make one? Celtic Canuck is gonna make one, but I haven't
I
seen her making
should.
one in a while either.
She should. You should. But while we're on the topic, look, by default, we have an age of majority, which
Yep.
means we have not an age of majority. So you have to imply or assume somebody has control over the rights of the people who are not of the age of majority. But the assumption by that asshole is the government has the control over those rights as opposed to the parents.
Well,
This is a month.
for the longest time, people were like parents were the stewards of like they didn't own their kids, but they were the stewards of their children.
No, parents are the stewards and they do own their kids.
Well,
That's
they
my kid. That's my dog. That's the property of me. The
your dog is your
difference,
property because
hold on. The difference is I respect that thing as a part of me and I give it the same respect and rights I give myself. Now, if that little shit is retarded and doesn't do what I might do with my rights and responsibilities, I have until at least he's 18 to beat and berate him into being better. Yeah, no, no, no. What? Teach him, guide him, spiritual. No, beat and berate. That's the bare minimum. required of a parent. Beat and berate your children into doing something valuable. Okay? They don't have to be the next Neil deGrasse Tyson or Stephen Hawking or name an engineer. No one knows engineers anymore.
Dean Kamen.
Or an actor. No. All you have to do is make them a functional human. That's your responsibility to that kid. Make them a functional human being.
Agreed. You're the steward of your children. They have rights as children. They exist as people.
Some
So
rights, not all
they
of them.
have rights. Oh no. Skyway City is one of the worst zones in this game, because if you don't have a travel power, you get stuck on the ground underneath all these like highways,
But
and
that's
yeah,
what this
it's
monster
really
wants.
really easy to get like lost and stuck if you don't have a travel
But
power.
that's
And I
what
don't
this
really
guy
have a
wants
travel
for
power.
your children.
I don't really have a travel power. I've got athleticism is my travel power. If you stick to the middle of the road, you're probably safe, but not really. It's always bad guys somewhere.
You can try, right? And but this guy, yeah, he won't let you go. He won't let me go. He won't let our kids go. He thinks he owns our children.
Well, that's just he thinks we living in Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, where the state gets to say what happens to children, and parents don't have any say on what happens to children. Parents don't have any say on how they're educated. They don't have any say on what they're taught, what they can do with the what kind of medications they're going to get. It's really it's really dystopian, quite frankly.
yeah, and I own all of the history that came before me. So much so that all people born now are my property as well. That's that's the communist delusion. They think it's decentralized. They think it's without leadership. It's like, no. The claim is you own all of it. All of history is your property to do with what you will.
You own all of history, or is that you are enlightened more so than
No,
anybody who came before in
no,
history,
God,
and therefore you
enlightenment.
should
I
dictate
don't
it?
need no, I don't need enlightenment. I was born into this world and now it all belongs to me. That's the end of it. Like you have to be
That's
oblivious.
the communist leftist mindset. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, of
Yeah.
course. And you have to be absolutely oblivious to the history of the progression of all of this to be born here and say healthcare is a human right, and all children who think they're the opposite sex should therefore be, by my morality, given sex change hormones. You have to believe everything is your property. You have to believe it, or you can't justify it.
I don't think they would
All the
characterize
things
it
that
that
came
way.
before you.
But I don't think they would characterize it that way. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm saying they don't see it that way. What they see
Of
is
course, they don't see
they
it that way.
no. What
They
they
don't
see
see
is
it that way
they
because
are
they're
enlightened.
fucking retarded.
No, I know. They see I'm educated, therefore I'm more enlightened. Therefore I know how history should have behaved in a more moral way, and because I'm more enlightened, I get to dictate how we need to progress going forward.
but yeah, see, their enlightenment, their education, they will dismiss all of the rest of history and say, I can do it now forward. And that now forward justifies the absolute ownership of every other thing that came before them. All of the fruits of all labor that ever existed are my property to do with what I will. But they can't, if you try to tell them that, they'll never be able to rectify that. They won't understand. It will be so foreign to them that what you're talking about is taking control of thousands of years, hundreds of generations, millions, tens of billions of man hours, and trillions of dollars over 6, maybe 10, maybe 12, maybe 20,000 years of labor and fruits of that labor that you had with which you had nothing to do. Now you're gonna claim it for your own. And they'll be like, yep, yeah, no, it's mine. I put in 20 hours this week, that's my labor. And now I can control the whole fucking country.
That's right. I am entitled to that stuff.
A whole world's worth, a whole fucking a multi-generation, like thousands of years. Ah, some of us are like, maybe you should struggle and you could do okay by yourself. No, I own all of history. That's communism. Like, it all belongs to me. All of this, the whole of human civilization is mine, is my personal possession, and I will distribute it how I like.
Okay. Good luck with that, pal.
No, they've done it. They've done it before.
Yeah, they're not going to do it this time, though.
They,
Hey, did you happen to watch? Did you happen to watch the interview between Tucker and Putin?
I've seen many highlights, but I didn't watch it in its entirety.
It's kind of interesting if you can get past the 30, 40 minute Russian history lesson that he decides to he sort of filibustered the
Actually,
interview for
that's
the
the
first
only
30,
part
40
that
minutes.
matters.
It's actually for him. It's like it's the entire justification for why he
No,
invaded
hold
Ukraine. He's
on.
like, sorry, go ahead.
Settle down, my friend. I'm a
You.
Ukrainian by birth, by nationalism, and listening to this as a Ukrainian ethnic, I know he's not wrong. I also know he's not antagonistic to the people who think of themselves like Ukrainians like me.
Yeah.
I'm actually kind of on his side on this shit. The same way I'm kind of on the, Donald Trump's side.
Well, that's what I was saying when I was talking about their alignments, right? Like, I'm of the mind that here's my take on Putin. And if you haven't watched my video, turn that off.
I watched it. No, look.
No, somebody else. If somebody's watching the live stream right now and they haven't seen my video on my post-mortem of Tucker and Putin's interview there, go watch it for one. Like, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. But also, my take on Putin is the guy loves his country. He's a patriot. He's a legit patriot, and he'll engage in all sorts of questionable
Not good.
shit to protect his country and his
Yeah.
country's interests and the whole bit.
Go on.
Oh, jeez, I'm almost out of endurance. Too much fighting. I got to take a knee. It is a pretty cool looking costume. I'm not gonna lie.
It's great. But look, God, I don't want to be pro Putin. I really don't, because he's trying to make like Ukraine doesn't exist and Ukrainians don't exist.
I think. Well, does he? Is he saying that Ukraine?
Yeah, no,
He
he
wants
is.
no.
No, no, he literally did. And as a Ukrainian, I take offense. We had no.
He's
There's an
essentially saying
ethnic,
Ukraine's not a real country.
and Russia's not a real country. All right. As a Ukrainian, I can tell you, guess what? What you thought was a Russian empire 200 years ago was actually under the control of a Ukrainian. That Ukraine owned that land. Okay, so yeah, we have multiple differentiations. You know what he didn't do is acknowledge Ukrainian language and heritage and people and a land, and that's where I take offense now.
Hey, do you
All
know
right,
anything about the Ukrainian language?
yeah,
Do you
a
speak it?
little bit. No, I don't speak it. I know a little bit.
So, where is its roots? Is it Russian? Is it a Hungarian? Is it a sort of a mixed dialogue of a mixed amalgam of like Russian, Hungarian, or Czechoslovakian, or anything like that?
Slavic languages descend from the same root. Ukraine is probably the closest to Russian, but it's distinct. It is very distinct. It's 1,000 years distinct.
So, what makes Ukraine Ukraine?
Uh,
Why are they different than like other ethnic Russians?
they've been a culture that were separate from the Huns 1,500 years ago.
Okay,
The people that came from the Caucasus, right? That's literally the word for Caucasians now.
Caucasoids, yeah.
And the Huns were the not yet not Asians. And then 1,000 years ago, you had this real war with the pale people of the Caucasus Mountains and what was now called Russia. And the histories, the stories, the languages were similar, but distinct enough that everyone was very, very adamant about their borders. And the
Yeah,
borders have been disputed forever.
sure.
And that's what we're talking about here. Like
Yeah.
here, we're talking about like, and that's where I end up conflicted too, because my borders from the people from who I descended are not the same borders anymore. The same people that ruled my place are not the same people that ruled it when I was fighting for it.
No, no. As a
And
matter of fact, the guy who runs Ukraine now is a piece of garbage. He's a villain,
he's
in
a
my
piece of
estimation.
garbage. He's a villain.
He is.
He is those things. He's also something else, and I'm not allowed to say it. This is a look. I'm not on. I'm not a fan of the current ruler of Russia, but I'm also not a fan of the previous rulers, and I'm not a fan of the previous rulers of Ukraine. On,
I
on,
I don't know. Here's the thing. I don't think Zelensky's a patriot. I think he's a
no,
I think he's
no,
a
he's
grifter and
not.
a shill, and he's like Biden. He's interested in only enriching himself, and the fact that every time you see him, he's clearly just done a line of cocaine is evidence of that.
We've had a lot of trouble. We're suffering greatly. Uh, we the Slavs, we're all one people. Sometimes we speak Polish, sometimes we speak Russian, sometimes we speak Ukrainian, but we're all the same guys, and our language is the thing that separates us. And sometimes we've been subverted, we've been had.
What do you think of Putin's what do you call it? His benchmark of denazification of Ukraine. His whole thing is, oh well, we got to get rid of the Nazis in Ukraine. We can't allow them to be propped up by the state. We need to get it out of the public life. Yada yada yada. What do you think? What do you think is going to allow him to do that? You think a full takeover of Kiev?
No,
What do you like? No. How would he? So how would he enforce that? Let's say he takes Donetsk and Donbass, and
no.
he's
Without
as far as he's concerned, the war's over and he owns it. Right? Russia owns it.
without
Um,
real war against NATO, that idea is impossible. He has Donetsk, Donbass,
yeah. As
Lubansk,
far as he's concerned, they're Russian now.
Crimea. It's
And
over.
Crimea, yeah.
Fight is over. He won. They're just fucking flailing like insolent children.
Yeah, now it's basically we got to keep things going so we can keep laundering money because Zelensky's helping us launder our money, and we keep the military-industrial complex happy. I can't jump up on there. He's too high. Shouldn't be that high. It's just a fucking warehouse. Oh well, whatever. I got a jetpack. Why don't I just put on my jetpack?
Look, we have you and I some less than favorable discussions about what's happening for real. And yeah, Twitch and X and YouTube. I'm watching all your streams. Kill it, and I'll tell you what I think for real.
Kill it?
When you're done, I'll tell you.
Oh, okay. What time is it here? It's almost midnight. I'm probably just gonna go back. Hold on, let me turn this 0G pack on. Oh, fuck off. Stupid clockwork. So annoying. I'm gonna go back to Atlas Park, level up. I think I get a new power. I think I'm level 12 now. Yeah, I get a new power.
Nice powers, bro.
Oh, here we are. Paragon City monorail. I think it's right below me, actually. Yep, 71 yards below me. There we go.
Okay.
Canada Man has done well tonight. He's gained a level. You know, he's
even the podcast of the Lotus Eaters
Yeah.
talked about the concept of the old world.
Yeah.
In the old world versus where we are on the West, the deep West, that we look at things in terms of 30, 40 years ago. In the old West, the European, the Middle East, and the Middle West of 1,000 years ago,
Yeah.
they look at 1,000 years ago, right? There's no 1,000 years ago in North America. It doesn't
No.
exist unless you want to look at the old fucking tribes that didn't make a nation and didn't produce anything beyond a fucking stone arrowhead. We're looking back in history over not only time but people, and yeah, it's a hard discussion to have, especially online.
Aliki the Demon has invited you to join a supergroup. Do you accept? No. No, because I'm going to be joining Sigma Flight. All right, let's take a look at this power I got. So it's called Active Defense. It's a click power. And it takes 3 minutes and 18 seconds to recharge. Let me buy some recharge.
How long does it run though?
How long does it last? Let's see here.
60, 30.
Duration. Activation time 1.5 seconds. Confused protection 2 minutes. So it takes 3 minutes to recharge, but it's 2 minutes.
120. Okay.
Yeah. So if I can buy enough recharges, I can buy 11, 15 recharges, which is nice. Recharge reduction. If I can put 2 slots of recharge reduction, it means I can have it auto activate, and I'm always protected in that sense.
No, wrong.
Yeah. No, true. Let's see here.
Foolish goy.
Foolish Goy. Where is my recharge? There we are. Military speed. All right, let's put it in there. Shit, I got a ton of enhancements. Oh, cool. I got 2. So I got this one. And then I got the one I just bought. No. Why didn't it? Fuck. It should have given me the option to combine them. And all it did was just replace them. Motherfucker. Oh well, whatever. So let's take a look now. Okay, so now it recharges in 2 minutes 24 seconds. So what that means is if I get another recharge, I will be able to bring it down to below 2 minutes, so it's always active, which is nice. Bob's your uncle.
Did
Dr.
you
Drench. Sorry,
you
go ahead.
killed the stream though?
I have not killed the stream. I'm still going.
Oh,
Why? Are you about to say something really edgy?
yep.
All right. Well, if that's the case, folks, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's stream. I'm gonna call it a night. We played for a little bit over an hour, right? An hour and a bit. I haven't even looked. One sec here. I'm gonna get out of here. Stop sharing.
No, Ukraine's a real place, and I Ukrainian support the the existence of it.
Let's see. We got a few comments. Superhero related link in group chat. They did a Max Batman crossover. Yeah, I think I remember reading that. So I noticed that Pox sent something in a chat with just you and me. He did not include. Hey, wait a second.
CMAC dipped.
Did
CMAC
CMAC dip out
dipped
of our
out.
chat?
Yeah,
Why?
I don't know. I don't have personal contact with her, but she just dipped, and I think she regretted something she posted. She wasn't supposed to share, or maybe or what. And she's trying to protect herself, and I get it, and that's fine.
Okay. Well, we could always reach out to her and say, "Hey, you're welcome
Yeah,
back whenever you
of
want,"
course.
and we don't hold anything against you. Why would it? I'm just trying to remember. What did she last post? Something about a possible job. That's
No,
all.
no, I don't remember anything about posting some things maybe she shouldn't have posted. I have no recollection of that, and neither do you, and neither does Spock. Let's not talk about it further.
Fair enough. That being said, folks, I appreciate you all coming out. Pox, thanks for watching. Thanks for interacting. If you're watching this after the fact, I hope you enjoyed tonight's little gameplay session. I'll be doing this every Friday, probably. You know, schedule permitting. It's scheduled on my Twitch calendar. So I will always post it to Twitch, X/Twitter, and YouTube. And you can watch it wherever you like. Mr. Twin, I appreciate you being part of tonight's stream. Thanks for hanging
Thanks
out.
for having me.
Of course. With that being said, though, folks, you all have yourselves a great night, and we'll talk to you all soon. Oh, tomorrow night, Casual AF on Mr. Twin's channel. Yes or no?
You can hear, you bet,
All right. So join us
100%.
tomorrow night at 10 on Mr. Twin's channel. We'll be watching Casual AF. Will he be playing a game, or will we just be chatting? Who knows? Good night, all.